Yo, it's Pete for you here, and today I'm bringing you a quest guide for the Tai Bwo Wannai Trio quest. That's probably the only time I'm even going to try and say that right. For this quest, you will need a small fishing net, some Karamjan rum with sliced bananas in it. The rum you can actually purchase from a bar at Musa Point, which is directly west of the port from Port Sarim, and to get sliced bananas, you pick them from the plantation directly opposite the bar, and you just use a knife on them, or I think you can right click and just select slice now. In addition to that, you'll also need an agility potion with 4 doses or two-dose agility potions, a pestle and mortar. I'm not sure if the tool belt one works, so I brought one anyway. A steel spear or higher, which you're willing to lose. Some seaweed, which can be picked up off the floor on the island. Joga bones, which can be obtained from killing Jogas in the jungle or in the pothole dungeon on Karamja still. A tinder box, and a magic and ranged attack method. In addition to these, you need at least 5 fishing, 15 agility, 30 cooking, 30 fire making, but high fishing level is also recommended, but that's entirely up to you. So without further ado, let's get started. The easiest way to start this quest is to lodestone to the Karamja lodestone and run south into the Tai Bwo Wannai village. I don't know if that's right. And if you run south past the general store, past the anvil, to this hut here, and climb the ladder, you speak to Tim Fraku. I'm just going to call him Tim. Initially, he's quite rude to you. If you just select any dialogue option from the first menu, it will bring up the second, and you want to tell him that Triffitus sent you. Triffitus sent you. After that, he'll go into deep concentration, and when he comes back, which he will do shortly, you say so far, and he'll send you on one final mission for this quest line, to retrieve his 3 sons and bring them home. The first of the sons that we're going to find is Tai Bwo, and I'll show you the quickest way to him now. If you run east from the village, you'll come to a log crossing the river, which you can see on the map here. And if you head directly north, you can see by my marker where he'll be waiting for you. And finally, here is Tai Bwo. If you speak to him, you just exhaust the dialogue until you get to the menu. You'll ask him to come home, but you'll have to do something for him first. He asks you to help him catch a fish. Or he tells you he's trying to catch a fish. You say, "Is there anything I can do to help? I don't know if you can try." Blah 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 blah. And in doing that, you've agreed to help him catch a, what is it called? A carambuan. Carambuan. That's easy enough to say. Right, and I'll show you how to do that right now. From here, you're going to want to return to the Karamja lodestone. And once there, you're going to want to head north, and you'll see Lubufu surrounded by boxes and some fishing stuff. This guy got a hunchback. Anyway, never mind. What's a whippersnapper? I probably shouldn't have clicked that. Never mind. Let's try that again. And at this point, you just need to keep talking to him. Talk to him about him. What do you do? What do you do with your carambar? I think you just have to exhaust all of the personal options with him until you can ask him about his age. Which I think I've done now. How old are you? Then you offer to help collect some bait. You sound like you could do with some help. And he agrees to let you help him. Oh, come on. Do you know how much I hate quest text? Especially when you're making videos, it just seems to drag on and on. And at the end of that, you've got to collect 20 Karambwanji. Well, for the whole quest, you actually need 23, so we're going to catch 23. And to catch them, you're going to want to head to the lake south of the village, which is back down here. We'll run past the lodestone, past the huts that we were in previously, speaking to Tim. And once here, oh right, nope, never mind, Parfin wants to take me all the way around. And once here you see the fishing spot and you'll net it with your small fishing net. I'm going to catch as many of these as I can and then I'll be back. Right, I'm back at Lubufu now. I've done a trip already of 18 fish, so I'm going to give him the last 2 for him. And then I've got 3 for myself for the rest of the quest. And you agree to be his apprentice, and he will give you a vessel and teach you how to fish Karambwan using the Karambwanji as bait. You'll want to use one of the Karambwanji on the vessel. After doing that, you'll want to drop your vessel on the floor and speak to Lubufu again. If you tell him that you've lost your vessel, it was stolen by a Karambwan, and he'll give you another one because you'll need one for later on the quest. Now we want to head back to Tai Bwo. Now you're back at Tai Bwo, you use the vessel on him. He'll catch himself a Karambwan, and then he'll ask you to take another full vessel to his brother Tinze to make a crafting guide. Accept Tai Bwo's offer. Tinze can be found at Kern Island, which is, I'll show you on the map. It's all the way down here. The easiest way to get there is via the fairy ring system. The code for that is, I'm just going to look it up now, CKR, but for the purposes of the video I'm going to run and I'll do that now. And now we're here, you'll see some climbable rocks. I should have mentioned we'll need to use a raw Karambwanji on the vessel again to make another vessel. Climb the rocks, head across the bridge, and here you'll find Tinze. Speak to him. He'll speak about repairing a statue, but we'll ask him to make the crafting manual first. but he asks you for Karamanja rum. Or Karamja, I always call it Karamanja. You give him the rum. And he seems much better. And next he'll ask for a seaweed sandwich. Now we want to leave Kern Island. Oh, I didn't know you could fall off that bridge, to be honest, but beware, you can fall off that bridge. Want to leave Kern Island and head north. We want to find some monkeys running around. There's one. Kill it and pick up its corpse, and we'll want to run east. Oh, here he is. Over here we will find Tamayu. Use a monkey corpse with him. Speak to him about returning home, and he'll tell you that you have to slay Shaka Khan. Oh wow, really? And when he will succeed, and he'll offer for you to join him on his next hunt. You'll see him fail to kill him. And he'll blame it on his agility level and the fact that his spear isn't strong enough, so he's just blaming his tools. Now we want to head west to the Everlasting Fires. Once you're here, you want to use the raw Karambuan that Tai Bwo gave you on one of the fires. Cook it. If you burn this, you will either have to fish another one with 60 fishing, which is why a higher fishing level is recommended, or you can just go and buy one from the GE. Once you've cooked it, you want to grind it up in this pestle and water to get Karambuan paste, and you want to apply the paste to the spear. Whoops. You want to apply the paste to the spear to make a steel spear KP, which I'm guessing is Karambuan poison. Now you want to return to Tamayu. Do you know what? This is what I mean. I'm awful with names. Tamayu. I can't even remember where he was. Oh, he's over this way, wasn't he? Right, you return to Tamayo with the poison and the potions. So you give him the poison spear and the agility potions. You have to use them on him. And use the spear. Keep it forever. That's why you have to take a spear that you're willing to lose, so don't take anything special. Take it. You asked to go on his next hunt. Very well, but you may not interfere. And again we see the cutscene. He's successful in killing it this time, at which point you can now hand him your monkey corpse and he will skin it for you and give you back some monkey skin and some monkey bones. Now if you use the monkey skin on the seaweed, it creates a seaweed sandwich. Now we want to return to Kern Island, and I'll do that just now. Now we're back on Kern Island with Tinsei. You want to use the seaweed. Oh, he's gone. You want to use the seaweed sandwich on him. Ask him if you can go now. And he says he's still not satisfied. He wants burnt joga bones. Burnt marinated joga bones. Joga bones. Now if you didn't bring the joga bones with you, you can head back into the jungle to get some. But for those of you that did, you'll use the tinderbox with the bones. And they'll begin to burn. And all you have to do is wait for this fire to be extinguished. Pick up the burnt bones. And we'll grind up the last karambwanji with the pestle and mortar. And here are the burnt bones. If we use the paste with the burnt bones, it creates pasty joga bones. And now we want to return to the everlasting fires we were just at. Now back at the fires, you want to cook the pasty bones. Be sure not to bury them. I don't imagine you can burn bones that we just burnt. You can still bury them though. And then you get your marinated J bones. Now we want to take them back to Tinsay on Kern Island. Now we want to use the bones on Tinsay. What the fuck is he doing? Anyway. And at this point, we want to use the karambwan vessel on him to create a crafting manual, which we then need to return to Tai Bwo. Now back at Tai Bwo, we're going to use the crafting manual on him, and he will agree to return home. Now we want to head back to the village. Once we're back at the village, we want to head back to Tim's shack, head upstairs, and speak to him to complete the quest. In the fenced off area to the south of Tim's shack, you can see 3 buildings, each one housing one of the brothers. If you speak to, oops, gotta go through the door first. If you speak to each of them, they'll give you a reward. So that's 2.5k strength XP and 2.5k attack XP. And a KP rune spear. Tinsay will give you 5k cooking XP and the ability to cook karambwan without it being poison. And do you know what? That wasn't even Tinsay, that was Tai Bwo. Anyway, now we'll speak. No, yeah, that was the right way. This is Tai Bwo. Right, we'll speak to him. And he will give us 5k fishing XP, and he gives us the ability to cook it properly. Tinsay teaches us how to cook joga bones properly. In addition to all of that, you can also use the shops, or you can also use the 3 brothers as trading merchants, so you can buy things from them related to the quest. And on top of that, you can now use the statue in the middle of the village to pray and restore your prayer points. Well, that's the end of the guide. If there's any questions or anything, just hit me up in the comments. If there's any guides you want me to make next, just let me know and I'll try and get them done as well. Well, that's it from me. Thanks. Bye.